Well, viewers, let's just say all didn't go to plan. How about that? More on that in a minute, though. Who would have guessed that Mike Winnan would bother to actually make an ad for the Lux Clock Collectors group? He didn't tell me about it. I just opened my email one day and there it was. And it was also uploaded to his YouTube channel as well, so that was a nice surprise. Anyway, Lux is a, well, I'm not going to say too much about Lux because I don't know much about them. But let's just say they're not too far off from what we do here on a regular basis. Anyway, here's his ad. And remember, you too can climb aboard the carousel and get your content advertised completely free of charge on both the Gregola Records Club channel on the episodes of Servisola, or on the Gregola Productions channel, which you are currently seeing this on the episodes of the GPWS. As previously stated, this is a completely free program to get involved with. All you have to do is check out the How Can I Get Advertised video link in the description. After that, either message me on Discord or send your completed product to commercialcarousel@gmail.com. That is commercialcarousel@gmail.com.
Let's go steady for the summer.
Well, viewers, welcome back to the Westclox Charmer series. And ho, have I got some updates for you. Number one being the fact that I haven't been able to get the Charmer to run accurately. Sure, I've been able to get it to run, but it's either too fast or too slow. Greg, why is that? Well, remember that slip and kink that happened with my tweezers? Yeah, viewers, that's why I dropped that way of doing hairspring reinstallation halfway through the video and went with the workmate method, which I'm pretty sure works fine. And that's all fine and dandy. Okay, Greg, you kinked the hairspring. Now I have to clean up my own mess. Well, I have been cleaning up my own mess, as I said. I've been pinning it in different positions, trying to do corrective bending, and I'm basically just testing it for accuracy. That's why this series is taking longer than Pin Palette 20's Westclox Benita series, which I'm pretty sure has been done for like 2 weeks. But I've been having a lot of, I've been trying to regulate this thing and get it to actually run accurately. Now, there was a lot of, well, it was just sitting in the garage and, I'd come in there and I'd do something with the hairspring and it wouldn't run accurate, and I'd come in there again like 2 days later and do it again, and it'd be a lot of that. Well, during this time, I've discovered something very alarming about the oil I'm using. Since 2017, I've had this Liberty oil bottle there, and I thought it worked pretty good. Liberty oil right now, it seems like after 2014, Liberty oil just kind of appeared, and everyone's been kind of using it. I think the advertising is very heavy for this oil, and there's been all sorts of discussions about it, and to be honest with you, I hadn't really paid much attention to that before. Anyway, I have the general idea that Liberty oil seems to work pretty well, but it's, well, how should I say this? I have a used bottle, okay? This bottle was given to me by a local antique dealer who had probably had it since 2014 and probably stored it a lot with the cap off. So what I'm trying to convey to you guys is I'm pretty sure whether Liberty oil is good or not, I'm pretty sure mine's expired. Well, Greg, how did you even come to this conclusion? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Wait, Greg, what does expired oil do? It evaporates. Or at least expired Liberty oil evaporates anyway. I don't know about all the others. Anyway, here's the pallet fork, or whoops, here's the escapement and all that. And let's just stop our balance wheel here. I see no signs of lubrication on that, on the impulse pin. And there, I'll just turn the light off so you can see, once again, there's basically no sign of it there. Looking at our pivots here, we've got, what is that? I don't know, you can try and, here, I'll just try and push the gear here and see if I can get it to move at all. At least the bushings are good on this. But once again, I see no sign of oil there. I see signs of dry, disgusting oil that, what the heck? Dry, disgusting oil. That's interesting right there. I don't know, I'm gonna have to clean that up. As you can see, there's a little bit, is that oil residue there? I don't know. Either way, you can see that these don't look like they're actually lubricated. And this here, let's try this. Try and move that. Yeah, the bushings are great on this clock. At least we, at least we have that. Lighting up our movement here, you can see, oh, maybe there's a little bit of oil there. That doesn't look oiled at all. That there doesn't really look oiled. That looks like it has oil in it. I can see it reflecting back. What's this here? Oh, there's a bit of a worn bushing here. Not by much. This also doesn't look like it has any oil in it. Oh, no, it does. You can see it glistening there. How's our escape wheel? Yeah, I can see oil in there. But these three here don't appear to have any. And also, if we look at our escape wheel, where's our escape wheel? Does that look like it's lubricated to you? Like each tooth of the escape wheel? Just stop it there. I think I see a little bit of old oil on it. Let's just look at that a little slower. Yeah, I'm kind of skeptical of that. Here, let's try from this angle here. Of course, here you can't even really see it. I don't know. To me, it doesn't really look like there's any oil on that. Let's check our pivot. Oh yeah, you can see it's not even in focus. You can see there's oil there, though. I don't know. I think Liberty kind of gave me crap results on this. Most likely, as I said, because my bottle is most likely expired. That's the most logical conclusion I can come up with. Following a recommendation by the NAWCC along with OK Bridges, I've got some motor oils here. Mobil OW-40 and Pennzoil 5W40, and then I've got the Castrol 10W50, which is probably best for mainsprings, let's be honest. These two here are probably suited for pivots, and I'm gonna have to do some experimentation with those two to really find out how different they are. I mean, I don't know what the, I don't know what I don't know what an SAE is. I don't really know what that means. I could, because I'm not, how should I say, well versed in engine oils and all that. So I'm going to be experimenting with these three oils here. And this I've had since 2017, this bottle here, if you have been watching for a long time. Yeah, that is the same bottle of Mobil. I don't think engine oils can expire on you like something like Liberty did. Simply because, I don't know, there are a lot, how should I say? Well, there's more of it per bottle. And, yeah, I'm not sounding very intelligent here, am I? I don't know. I don't think engine oils would evaporate, though. That doesn't sound quite right to me. So before I put a dial and hands on this and leave it and test it, and yes, I'm going to be using a Style 5, some Style 5 spare parts here. I'm going to re-lubricate this thing with Mobile OW-40. If I see there's no oil somewhere, I'm just going to re-oil it. I think that'd be the best way to go. Okay, what I've got going now is I've got some Mobile oil poured into the cap. No, I'm not just going to take the whole bottle and just pour it all over the movement like some people have in the past. Okay, let's see here. Well, at least it feels like they took a quart of motor oil and just laid it on there. Okay, there we got one on the impulse pin. That's good. That should oil it up. And yeah, this is fairly light oil OW-40. As I said, it seems pretty okay for pivots. Now I'm going to put a little bit on there. That's definitely enough. And there. Yeah, you don't need more than a drop, you guys. You don't have to lay it on, you know what I mean? Okay. That wasn't as good as the other two dabs there, but I think we got it. And you can see better when this is all... You can kind of see it better when the light's on, and I think I'm gonna go grab a few little Q-tips and just clean up under here. I think I did a poor oiling job there. And now for the other side of the movement here. Let's see. Oops, where's the next wheel? I'm just trying to judge if that it looks like it has oil in it. It's not really glistening though. See, this is glistening, this isn't, so I think I'm going to oil that probably. There's grease down there. I got to grease these spring clicks as well, leaving these unoiled. I think, and I did oil these, but of course that's gone. Where is the, let me just see here. Okay, there's the other one. Yeah, it appears it has evaporated on these, or on this movement, which that's really a shame. Oops, jeepers. It's gonna stick my screwdriver under there somewhere, or not. I'll put part of a plier under there. Okay, there we go. Okay, get that. Oh, that's way too big of an oil drop. You know, I don't need all this excess oil. Oh crap, I totally missed that. I'm gonna have to do this off camera, viewers, because it's really awkward working down through a camera and trying to do this. Okay, viewers, well, after testing, first of all, it stopped, and second of all, it wasn't accurate, so it was, you know, worthy or worthwhile to test anyway, but it didn't work, so that's the way it goes. So what are we going to do now? Well, probably in another series, we're going to experiment with using one of the Tally Industries movements, trying to interchange the hairspring from one of these and put it on one of these. I don't know, that might not work, but I don't really want to screw around with this whole thing for this particular series. I just want to get this particular project done. So I'm gonna go grab another hairspring out of another clock and repeat the process from the previous part, and then I'll test it and then we'll reassemble, and hopefully everything will go well there. But yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be jacking around with stuff like this in the near future, but not for this project, because this clock is kind of hard to find, and I'd like to get it to run and just, you know, be done with it. Okay, the one on the left with the green collet there, I did that with a Sharpie. That's the hairspring we just took off. And on the right there, that is our quote-unquote new hairspring. I grabbed it out of a Baby Ben Style 5. Not necessarily a parts clock, but one that's further down the waiting list to have running. So I wasn't doing anything with this at the moment. So I think that's going to be a winter project more so, jack around with hairsprings and see how interchangeable they are. I mean, this here, let's just get this over here as well. It seems almost closer in size to the one we mangled up. Let me just get it all aligned here properly. Yeah, there they all are. I don't know, it looks a little big. I don't think it'll fit, but I guess I could always try it and see, you know, who knows. And as for our dust cover here, this is totally ruined. I mean, this is, you know, as you can see, it's broken in multiple places, and really, how much would this even be protecting the clock from dust anyway? And yeah, looking at this now, okay, I can see kind of how dust would get in here behind the knob and whatnot. But Westclox clearly didn't care that much, because all they gave you was a piece of cheap rubber. I mean, maybe they cared a little bit, but I don't know. They gave you a piece of rubber and said, go to town. So, you know, and plus with routine maintenance, dust shouldn't even be an issue anyway. Whether it's me or somebody else. Like, these clocks aren't meant to just sit for 65 years like this one was. I mean, that's why we had our balance wheel issue. You know, that's why that happened to begin with. Alright, let's get our luminous dial on, shall we? We got our, this wheel here, as it goes on, interacts with these wheels here. And we got a washer on top of that. Now we can get our luminous dial on with the original luminous paint. And I did end up taking the paint off of the hour hand by just kind of poking it out. Just for symmetrical aesthetic, I guess. I mean, seriously, why wouldn't you do that? Because it's not gonna, it doesn't look right if it's not symmetrical. I don't know, to me at least anyway. I want these things to look as original as I can, and since we're missing the paint on the minute hand, thanks to it popping out or coming out as we were working on it, you know, I gotta go to other measures, I guess. And is this actually in? I don't know if it's actually on or if it's just sitting on. I don't think it's... Well, I guess it's gonna stay on. Okay. Where's our alarm hand here? There we go. And meanwhile, you have Dougal with his Westclox Benita series on the Pin Palette 20 channel. And this thing isn't staying on. Oh man, I gotta take the bell off and all that. Anywho, you got Dougal now with his luminous or reloomed Benita dial, and I find out from him that the paint only glows for about 20 minutes maybe. And I'm thinking, what kind of, I mean, nothing against the guy, but what kind of crap paint is that? Are all new paints like that? Surely enough they are, basically. All the new paints that I'm aware of right now only glow for a very, very short time. And you've just basically lost the effect of a luminous dial. Because if you have to charge it every single time, then what the heck is that? You know? I don't know why they don't, maybe they can't, I don't know. Can't make one that glows longer. I'm not sure. You know, it's quite disappointing, really, that is the case, you know what I mean? A paint that doesn't really glow for that long. I thought you could have some sort of non-toxic paint or something like that, or non-dangerous paint, you know, one that would last a little bit longer than 20 minutes. When I put the alarm hands and stuff on and I want them all synced up, what I do is I turn the alarm hand around the dial until it clicks. I don't know if you heard that. That was a fairly weak sounding click, but I don't know if you heard that or not. But anyway, then what I do is turn the time side, not the alarm side backwards, just the time. I turn that counterclockwise, and then it moves the alarm setting hand around, and whatever this is pointing to, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's synced up, I guess. And see, there's our hand with no paint in it. It's actually on there fairly, like, solid, that luminous paint. I was surprised. It took quite a lot of effort to get it off. Anyway, there it is. There they are. Both hands are synced up now. So now the alarm is going to go off at 2 o'clock. So, oops. Okay. There that is. Let's see here. Having no paint in it kind of highlights the gold a little bit more, doesn't it? Oh, it almost goes exactly to the hour, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's when it trips. Hold on. I'll try that again. Yeah, it trips like 5 minutes to the hour. Oops. Let's just see that one more time. I'll just set the alarm so it actually rings. 5 to the, yeah, that's good enough. That, you know, it's not going to be absolutely perfectly exact, but, you know, that's close enough. And while I had the hands on here, I did do a little bit of touching up. I just mostly, well, I mean, my first attempt getting these off, they're not perfectly flat anymore. But obviously when you look at it from a straight angle, which is how you're going to be looking at it, or maybe from the side or something, you won't really notice when it's in the clock, so it's not that big of a deal. But, and also I kind of got the rest of that luminous paint out. I just kind of popped it out with a screwdriver and made sure not to throw it in the garbage, because that's not what you're supposed to do with luminous paint. You're supposed to get it in a, I'm pretty sure it is a plastic container of sorts that is specifically and only for storing radioactive materials in. Anyways, don't throw luminous paint in the trash. That's my point here. And now we put this on, just like that. Oops, yeah, this just pops on like that. And then this just pops on like that. Well, not really. This pops on like this here. You do not want to damage this piece here. You don't want to damage your numbers, because, oh boy, will you never find a replacement for them. Okay, there we go. That's on there. And put our finishing gold bezel on. There we go. And now it's starting to look a lot like the Charmer again, doesn't it? Okay, I've just taken everything off camera here for a second. There's actually a different screw in the bottom than in the top. I'm pretty sure the top one has this kind of, you know, there's threads and then there's kind of a blank space there. The bottom one just has threads going all the way to the top. I don't know if those have to be in a certain order. It kind of looks like they do, because they weren't going in properly any other way, so I guess that's it. You gotta do it that way. Well, guys, looks like that brings us to the end of our Westclox Charmer series. I hope there's no more issues with it. It really is a fairly awesome looking mid-century modern alarm clock to have, and a rare one by Westclox. I hope you do a better job with the hands than I did. Oh man, that was goofy. I don't quite like that. If I can find another pair of hands, then I probably will get them. But this still doesn't look terrible, so, you know, it doesn't look like it's totally ruined or anything. Anyway, let's hear that alarm, shall we? Pretty good. So anyway, viewers, now you basically know how to work on a Style 7 Baby Ben. I mean, they're identical to this. Except, well, a Style 7 2-key, that is. If you run into one of the single key versions, I'll probably make a video on one of them, hopefully fairly soon. But as for now, viewers, this brings us to the end of our Westclox Charmer series, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, it was kind of a wild ride. There was a lot of ups and downs and things like that going on, but I don't know. In the end, I'd say it was worth it.